fire paramedics and shit. And Leon, salute, fam. What's happening? What's happening? I don't see nobody in the building with the talk about Zillow. Let me share this video, y'all. Y'all just coming in. Let's share that video. J1, salute, fam. I'm over here sharing this video. That's why I got the link in the chat too. If anybody want to jump on? J1, what's good though, bro? Hey, D-Lo, salute, bro. What's happening? Hey, was I able to check out the Showtime card? Old Morrell put it on, old boy, in the 12th round. They say old boy in the corner. He walked it back to the corner and everything. He walked it back to the corner and everything. Helped him out. Ended up in the hospital that night. Say he in the coma. I hope he alright. But Morrell turned it up in that 12th round. Huh? D-Lo said, yeah, that shit was brutal. Man, tell me about it. I didn't live. It didn't look like old boy was that hurt. But I guess Morrell can tell he was out on his feet. You know what I'm saying? He's about to go down if he didn't help him up. Yeah, man. I ain't heard nothing after that though. But they say old boy in the hospital, man. I hope he's alright. Joseph Brown, salute, bro. Say salute to the corner. We was talking about Morrell, man. That 12th round, he turned up on old boy, and old boy ended up in the hospital on the coma after he helped him back to his corner, walking back to his corner. You know, say that was brutal. You know, said I thought he was hurt too bad. I thought he was hurt too bad for the fight to continue well before the 12th round. Okay. Yeah, it was a bloody situation. He was beat up pretty bad. Joseph Brown said that's unfortunate, man. One of the real better performances, yeah. You know, I guess he was, believing the hype and wanted to put on a hell of a show because they were saying this is one of his top one of his biggest opponents yet. Like a test, some kind of test for him. It wasn't really a test. I would say Morrell showed he can pack an arena way more than Haney. Salute, hype. Gil, salute, bro. What's happening? Yeah, Morrell definitely got star power. Hey, but my boy Bivol, man, showed, man, size don't matter, skills do. I like how Bivol put on the show, man. He basically schooled motherfucking Zurdo up in there, man. Said, yeah, the ref, corner, the commission had a responsibility to protect the fighter from himself. Yeah, they do. Yeah, they do. I hate to hear that his corner ignored it. You know what I'm saying? Said Zurdo was a fish out of water in there. Yeah, he was, man. Yeah, he was. He basically got schooled, man. At all them 45 and 55 fights, however many fights he had, really was for show. Because the skill wise, it was lopsided. It was lopsided. He was a bigger man than that motherfucker. That didn't mean nothing though. That didn't mean nothing. Bill was pushing him back. He was scoring all the points. He was taking control. He was just handling them up there, man. And Canelo need to stay away. Like he said, unlike Haney, uh, Bill wouldn't have to hold Zurdo at all during the fight. He said he neutralized him with a small step back. Man, Bill got skills, man. He got skills, man. He used the jab for, stopping him in his tracks. He used it to set up combos. The counters was clean. But I like how he let it be known early. He wasn't going nowhere. You know what I'm saying? I like how he established, what I'm saying, his ring generalship early, taking a lot of things from the bigger man. I think that was smooth. That's why I say he schooled that boy. It was lopsided. It was lopsided. I see. I seen Haney trying to get that Lomachenko fight. I like to see that happen. I like to see him and Lopez too, though. I wouldn't be mad at that one. Like you said, those 40 plus fights couldn't equate to those 300 amateur fights from Bivol. Amateur background matters a lot. Yeah, man. Yes, sir. Skills pay the bills. Size don't matter. Skills do. That ring ain't no joke. You nigga don't know what you're doing. You got a motherfucker like Tank Davis that'll put your ass to sleep. You got a motherfucker like Bill that'll control you, handle your ass in the ring. Joseph Brown said Bill was a dog, is a dog lion mentality, was a general walking him down. Lead hand was phenomenal. Yeah, Zuno respect that man after that ass whooping. After that schooling, I should say. You know what I'm saying? Because he gotta go back to the drawing board. He gotta get on that level. He real aggressive though. That's why I say he remind me of excuse me, what's the name? Man, not Zapata. What's the old boy name, man? I'm not even can't even think of it. So who's better pound for pound, Haney or Bivol? Shit, Bivol. Haney can't beat Bivol. If I thought Haney had a chance, I don't think he didn't have a chance with the same way. They were way too smart. Man, I'm trying to think of the food name, y'all. I know it ain't potato. What is old boy name? Man? The little Mexican dude that throw all them punches, the tall Mexican dude, man. I think he fight at 126 or something like that. 130. The one that Trey said he like calling his fights. Navarrete, yep. He remind me of Navarrete. Zurdo dude. He throw a lot of high volume punches. And to a motherfucker that got skills that can get in there and work that jab, decent counter punch and be able to control it. And that's what Navarrete had problems with. But he a high volume puncher though. His activity is on another level, man. Talking about Navarrete. He be throwing punches from whatever stand his feet land on. If he get out of control, he still gonna let his hand go. He'll backhand your ass. That's just the type of skill he possesses. He ain't got no real fundamental skills. Like he ain't really setting nothing up. He's just gonna rush in there and just let his hands go. Somebody can neutralize him with the jab, know how to work their lead hand, can control something like that. You know what I'm saying? He won't be against the rope, letting him just let his hands go recklessly. You know what I mean? I think he'd have trouble with Cool Boy Steph. I think Navarrete had trouble with him. I think Shakur would just be too big. It'll be a thrash. But with the skill, I think what's the name too big too? Davis. But everybody else that don't really possess those kind of skills, ain't got really nothing in their tool bag, it give them some trouble. If it's just gonna be a fight, a brawl in that motherfucker, now Red Tape gonna be in some trouble because he high volume and he real reckless. He'll go up, he willing to go in there and take a counter if you sharp with it. He willing to go up in there and get in a dog fight. D-Lo, J Brown, y'all gonna get on? I ain't gonna be on long, man. Trey out of town having some business. I just wanted to come chop it up. I posted up the new this week's fight schedule and everything. The results and everything's posted. King of Kings doing pretty good. Rodex the champ in the building. Salute, bro. He said, "What up, my people?" See, we just chopping it up about Zurdo versus Bivol and Morrell. That 12th round Morrell put on. He really turned it up, man. He ended up putting the old boy in the hospital. I ain't really had too much. Matter of fact, while you're here, I'm gonna look over and see what we got this weekend. Winston Lee, salute, bro. What's happening? Montana Love fighting this weekend. fighting Stevie Sparks. Richardson Hitchison fighting this weekend. See all this on the zone though. Christian Tapia, Raymond Ford. And we ain't finna have no fights this weekend. Be another drop. I just want to come chop it up with y'all, man. Tap in. Motherfucker was busy. Running to work. What's good though, Winston Lee? Fridays, what's good? Let me see the results too, y'all. Cause I think King of Kings did this thing on this weekend. Came in second place. I ain't even cracked the top 10. Gil Cole cracked the top 20. Him and Eric Roy, Napoleon Armstrong, Derek Bailey. I came to 37. Y'all only got 72 points. Yeah. Fiery killed me. Said they robbed that boy, huh? Joseph Brown in the building. Winston Lee said, I missed all boxing this weekend. Oh man, that boy Morrell turned it up in the 12th round and put his opponent in the coma.
Man, Marlo, I'm so mad I was supposed to be at that fight, man.
Man, looking like it was lit. On the
Man,
ground,
I,
princess.
I missed that fight, man. I was so mad, man. I was chopping up with the boys back there in Discord about it, man.
Looked like it was lit, man. That boy, he said the boy helped. You see how he helped him though? He after the ref called it off or whatever. He had seen old boy was going down. He ran over there and grabbed him, walked him to his
Yeah,
corner and shit.
yeah, man. He knew. He knew that last shot. He knew. He knew that mustard he put on it.
And he must
That
have
was,
heard something crack or something.
man. That was the first. That was his first like main event headlining. 'Cause he was a co-main. The last time I went to see him fight, he was a co-main. He was on Cool Boy Steph was the main event, and it wasn't even packed like that for Cool Boy Steph main event. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So yeah, he definitely coming into his own. That's the best I've seen him look.
he was on his
He showed head movement. He showed defense. You know what I'm
counter.
saying?
He was countering.
Countering. That's the stuff we've been wanting to see from him. You know,
Yeah.
putting together combinations. You know what I'm saying? Going to the body, going back up top. You know what I'm saying? Throwing that hook to the body, uppercut to the head combination.
Hey, what you think about Bivol?
Oh man, Bivol is everything I thought he was. He's exactly what I've been saying he is. He's a nice guy outside the ring, but when you get him in the ring, man, he's a whole different dude. He got that killer mentality. And I was saying in Discord when we was in the back chatting with the boys, I was telling them how Bivol, he one of them guys that they don't be fooled by his knockout record or his knockout percentage. He obviously got something on them punches that dudes ain't too eager to be trying to take two or three to get one off.
And he got patience though.
Yeah,
He ain't pressing the knockout. He really trying to control the ring. You know what I'm saying? He trying to dominate you in the ring. You know what I'm saying? Ring wise, I think that's a key thing to have though. Like you see, everybody that get in there basically respect his punching power, but he ain't even trying to get in there and rush the knockout. He just
nope.
beat you for 12 rounds. You know what I'm saying? He'll play chess with you for 12 rounds. That's why
And one,
I was saying about Canelo. Better stay away from that boy. Better stay out that division.
and the Mexicans better find somebody else to play with. That ain't the dude. That ain't the dude. You better find somebody else to play with because he ain't that guy. It's like after round three, I was like, "What is you waiting for, Zerto? It ain't gonna get no better for you. You can't play lead hand dominance with him. You can't play that lead hand game with him. You're gonna lose that all night." He was playing that game, and then as soon as he get in range, and then Bivol will make him reset, and once he made him reset, he was out of there. You know what I'm saying? He was out of there. He was out of range. Every single time he would get close enough to throw a shot, Bivol would make his ass reset, and then he had to start all over again, try to find it.
Yeah, Bivol want that undisputed.
What you think about that matchup now? Now that you've seen Bivol take on some good quality fighters his last two outings, does he look prime?
Yeah, I think you're ready. I think you're ready. I think he'll give what's his name problem. What's the motherfucker name? The Russian cat or
Uh,
whatever.
Vitervia.
Viterbi. I think he'll give Viterbi a problem. I think he ready. I mean, he showed he can take decent punches, and he ain't scared to neither.
Yeah, but he did say something when Vitervia fought Bosnick. He said that it'd be foolish. Anybody who stands in front of him, that'd be a foolish thing to do. So he understands what he got to do.
Yeah, I think he ready. Eric R. Salute, bro. Said what's good, family Marlo, and the Honorable Joseph Brown the third. Salute.
Yes, sir. Salute to you, bro.
Hypey say guaranteed that was the last time Gilberto works with that team. He said their whole approach was to this fight was wrong. Even the training.
Yeah,
Hype,
they didn't make no adjustments, man.
yeah, but shit, he ain't finna just pick up none of that shit overnight. His IQ was just low. You know what I'm saying? That
Corner. Yeah, go ahead.
no, I was finna say he gonna have to just start back from the roots. He should have learned all that shit from the roots. It would have been a way better, different kind of fight. He didn't know how to make it that kind of fight. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's like he would get in range to do some damage, and he couldn't pull the trigger. It's like Zerto's one of them dudes. His feet got to be completely set before he throws his punch with leverage the way he needs to. It kind of remind me of Triple G.
Well, with him, but with Zerto, it seemed like he only feel confident throwing it that way. Like he don't even try to come in. You know what I'm saying? Come in with nothing without being flat. And he gonna take a lot of punishment because he studied him down. That's why I say Bill was a smart motherfucker, man. He know what he's doing.
Very high IQ, intelligent, effective, aggressiveness. He always sticks to the fundamentals, the basics. He uses his feints, his movements, get you out of position. And when he gets you out of position, he'll land he'll land combinations and he'll get out of the way of what a return fire.
Hey, look at Hyphy on the money with this one. But I bet you it's gonna be a free fight too, probably on the zone or something. He said Bivol versus Better be versus Bivol should be just as hot as Spence versus Crawford talk. Should be,
Should be.
but the zone is gonna be all on top of that one, so it's only gonna get as much traction as the zone normally gives those kind of fights. Eric R said Bivol is the Russian Andres SOG War. Yeah. Oh, Bivol is from Russia, huh?
Yeah, he's Russian and Korean. That's his ethnicity. Russian.
Hey, Eric R said Zero is the nigga Canelo should have been picking instead of fucking with Bivol. That's what Eddie Reynoso told Canelo. Boy, I told you not to get up in here with this motherfucker. Yeah, it's kind of dry this weekend, man. Mostly all the fights gonna be on his own. Some fights on Friday too.
Yeah, but you know how that's how I go with boxing.
Yeah.
What you think of the female matchup? McCaskill and old girl.
Uh, Jonas.
Yeah.
I pick. You know, that's my underdog pick. Remember, I'm picking. I think McCaskill gonna win, but I know everybody gonna probably pick McCaskill. So I went on to pick Jonas by majority decision. But I think it's gonna be a pretty good fight though. I really don't know too much about Jonas, but I know McCaskill tough as nail. She got some skills. Probably shit. If anything, it's gonna be a close fight. What you think about it though?
No, they just fought. They fought on the card, the Bibble card.
Well, I didn't even see it.
Oh, okay.
But Jonas, she must have fought somebody else. Cause Jonas fighting this weekend, ain't she? Yeah, but I ain't see that. I ain't see the ladies fight.
Oh, okay.
What happened? Who won? Jonas.
Uh, yeah, the other girl won. She beat McCaskill. It was yeah, but shit, McCaskill can punch, man. God damn, that girl got some fucking bricks in her hands. This, she was throwing a lot of wild punches. Was off balance quite a bit, and it was easy pickings for the other girl. She was real sharp, but you could tell, man, when the shots that McCaskill was landing, shit, at the post fight, that girl was lumped the fuck up, bro. Like you would have thought it was the other way around. You would have thought she lost the fight the way she looked. But if she could just get to the basics and work with somebody who can work with her to get her skills, sharpen up her punching skills with her relentlessness, because she wastes a lot of punches, man, a lot of punches.
Oh yeah, her name was Cameron. Chantel Cameron.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's who. So the scientist was talking about.
yeah. Cameron looked real sharp, man. She's got solid skills, man. I like her mobility, her in and out. She's got good stamina. She was avoiding a lot of McCaskill's wild shots, but McCaskill, man, damn, if she just was more accurate, she would be a she would knock out a lot of her female fighters that she fights. She would knock them out because she definitely got power. You could definitely see it, but
She got more power than Bumgarner.
I think she do. I think she just got natural power in those hands, but she doesn't put it together well. I think she just kind of bludgeons and overwhelms her. Most fighters that she fights. But this girl stuck to the game plan. Cameron stuck to the game plan, and she made it look relatively easy.
Bill Cole said, did Spence make his fight announcement yet? I don't think so.
I didn't hear nothing.
Yeah, I ain't hear anything. Hypey said McCaskill be talking so much shit about all the other women. Yeah, she put that type of performance and last basically every round. D'Lo said it was McCaskill versus Cameron. Yeah, I was looking on my phone. I didn't even see that. I could have got it from y'all. Eric R said I had no idea Jonas had that kind of reach. Yeah, that's who fighting this weekend. If you talking about Jonas, what's her name? Natasha Jonas.
Tasha Jonas.
Yeah, she fighting this weekend. That's what I thought he was talking about.
Nah.
I missed the lady. Um, D'Lo said McCaskill seemed like she was having a balance issue from the opening bell.
Yeah, man, it was weird, man. She was throwing shots and then she was out of position. You know, like it looked like it looked real amateurish. Like if that's your first introduction to watching her, that's not she that's not a performance she could be proud of because I wasn't expecting her to look that bad as far as where her feet was and her positioning out there. When she throws a punch, she was just so uncoordinated throwing punches.
Eric R said I think Spence announcement was the Martin versus Rivera. I don't think so because he gonna have to make a fight announcement. Shit, if if Crawford already fighting, I know he ain't gonna wait a whole another year to get back in the ring. So he gonna fight somebody. So this announcement coming soon. I would say, let me get out y'all minute talking to Eric R. Dilo, appreciate you, bro. New member, appreciate you. Eric R said, "Nah, I mean Cameron, not Jonas. Cameron, yeah, I had it all mixed up. I was looking at the fight schedule, and then when he said that, I kind of thought about that. But I missed that fight though, man. So the scientists were talking about that fight. Let me see.
Yeah, Ify was talking about that was one of his fights he was looking forward to seeing, and I was interested in seeing how that fight was going to play out too. But I didn't expect her to look that bad.
I know I did horrible. Did you win the thing, ain't you, Joe Brown?
Nah, I don't be having time, man. I don't be
Yeah,
having time. I don't be having time to be going through and making picks. I mean, I like it from the fact that it gets you up on and knowledgeable about fighters that you don't really get to see that be on a lot of these undercards.
yeah, but that's only if you doing your if you able to do your research. See, I ain't able to do that shit no more. I just be picking off their record and shit, man. You be able to see, like, you know what I'm saying? It's like you take them a couple of days and look up these fighters, you be able to actually see their skills, you know what I mean?
Hmm.
Actually, how they fight and what they really coming with. But once you can't do that no more, I only can be familiar with names. Like, Yafa or whatever, Gil Cole said he got his ass whooped and they cheated from him, you know what I'm saying? And I picked Yafa, got away with that one. A lot of the
It sound like Gil ain't picked Yapa. That's why.
and a lot of the fighters that we supposed to be the favorite getting beat up by these people you don't know their names too. That's why I always pick a couple underdog people with, you know what I'm saying, one loss, one draw, fighting a guy with like 17, 18 fights with 4, 5 knockouts, you know what I mean? Really no power type of guy, mostly skill. Those people are underdog picks I was looking for. Dilo said, yeah, it was Martin versus Rivera. Dilo also said Jonas is nice with it too. Yeah, that's social scientists talking about. Like you said, we replacing Spence versus Crawford talks with Bivol versus Dmitrii Bivol. Might as well. That's more potential to happen. potential. Eric R said, yeah, what two ways out here looking stagnant and stuff. Yeah, they is. D'Lo say, you would not think undisputed champion if that was first look at her. Who you talking about? Jonas or whatever? And they just let that quarterback. Ooh, he looked like he hurt. He getting up real slow. Number 14 for the Saints. Get his ass up. D'Lo said, renewed member. Get it right, bro. Oh, that's messed up. It say new member. My bad, D'Lo. Renewed member. Let me make sure I put some emphasis on that for the people who don't know. You know what I'm saying? This ain't his first go rodeo. Renewed member. That's D'Lo 4 boxing. D'Lo 404 boxing. He said, I finally can rub enough niggas together to renew my membership. That's what's up, bro. Appreciate you. Gil Cole said, I picked y'all five on the Champ Ross. I'm talking about the other y'all five brother who fought first. Oh, okay. Like you said, how you said we need a wicked boxing card last Tuesday morning. A Japan card that was better than the card this weekend. Hey, you seen that? You be on those motherfucking what's the name though? Links, huh?
Yeah, I didn't catch that one. I had to catch the replays of those. That's a little bit too early for me.
Yeah, and on a Tuesday, Tuesday at 3 a.m. or some shit.
Salute to Hyphy and Trey X. They stayed up to watch them joints.
He gonna say I'm 2 minutes behind. Let me catch up. So, man, it must be nice. I remember them days. They call it couple fights that made. Watched a couple few of them.
Hey, what was that one fire Nui fight y'all covered on the Tuesday? It was on the backup channel. Was that on there versus Nui?
Yeah, I think so. And it was didn't know we fought Rodriguez or Donnell fought Rodriguez. It was the whole Super Six or whatever that was. Remember that tournament?
Yeah,
It was that whole tournament.
yeah. That was a fire ass call. That particular on the backup channel.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that shit.
And then we did the Australian cat. That shit was lit. And then we did motherfucking what's his name? Uh, Old boy from Philly with the cock eye. He was fighting in a Home Depot looking kind of warehouse. Farmer. Farmer.
Tevin Farmer.
Yeah.
he the last fight he was supposed to be in, that shit didn't. That shit got called off because they didn't pay the fighters. They didn't pay the promotion. Promotion didn't pay the fighters.
Man, he be talking all that. They had a scissor lift, a black crown, and some more shit. That shit was crazy.
That shit was raggedy to the mud.
Hell yeah, they had tables that like with sheets are covered up on them. That shit didn't look like no type of stadium or nothing. It looked like it was in a warehouse. Uh, Eric R said, I think that was the third women's fight I got wrong all year. The McCaskill, Mayer, and Serrano. Dito said I was talking about how McCaskill looked Saturday. Oh, okay, okay. Shit, yeah, man, it's gonna be kind of dry this weekend. We got Raymond Ford, 56 Bobby. They all gonna be on the zone though. Montana Love gonna be on the zone.
Yeah, who you got? Who you got in that fight?
Well, I'm picking Montana Love. He should stop it. He's probably looking decent too, looking comfortable. division he in. I got him. But if he get caught, you know he gonna do a dance. That nigga chin ain't the best. That nigga chin ain't the best. All that that dancing he be doing when he be working out on Instagram videos. If he get hit in the chin, he gonna be doing them same ones. You gonna see him.
he gonna be doing the stanky leg.
Yeah. Everything much at the same time. He got some little skills though. I ain't gonna hold his power been kind of decent as of late. But he been fighting low level competition though. You know what I'm saying? I think motherfucker like who you would pick out of Regis Prograde versus Montana Love.
Oh man, I gotta take Regis at the moment, man, because the experience factor. He's been in the big fights. Uh, he's got the experience. He knows what it takes. And he's tough, and he's got that grit. You know he's gonna be there from round one to round 12. And we just don't know what kind of adversity Montana Love is gonna be able to, what I'm saying, to deal with at this moment. We don't know. It's a question mark. We don't know how he's gonna be if he's tested. We haven't seen him
For real.
tested. So
I
you
think
gotta.
like motherfucker like Zapata will stop him or something like that too. Who you gonna pick out of Zapata and Montana Love?
Ah, man. Ah, kind of leaning Cepeda. Kind of leaning. Kind of leaning Cepeda.
Yeah, I just feel like a lot of the motherfuckers that got that competition that's in there with them heavy hitters that got that kind of experience. I feel they got the upper hand on him, man. He down there basically putting on club fights, in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? But I think once he get up in there with the motherfucking contenders and the motherfucking champion, I think he'll have a problem.
Do you think after this fight, the level of competition needs to step up?
Hell yeah. I, Most definitely he needs to step up. I think he needs to be up in there. I think he needs to be up in there with the motherfuckers. I don't think he needs to be putting on no motherfucking club show. I think he needs to be up in here with some type of with some elite competition. You know what I mean? It might not be no pay per view shit. You know what I'm saying? But it definitely gonna be a goddamn ESPN plus fight the zone fight if they can put it together because he been fighting on the zone lately. That's what he been
Who's
like.
who's promoting him? Oscar or Eddie?
Shit, I thought he was his own promoter.
His own promoter?
I thought he was. That's how he be hyping himself up on goddamn on Instagram and shit and Facebook. I thought he was his own promoter, man. I wouldn't see him over there with his own on that kind of display when he could be on Showtime. But most of his fights I thought was on Showtime. So I thought he was with Al, you know what I'm saying? His own promoter, but I thought he was with Al. He over there fighting some motherfucker. What's the motherfucker name he finna fight? Stark or something like Spark. Stevie Spark. Well, he 15-2, 14 KO. He fighting for Intercontinental, WBA Intercontinental 140, Junior welterweight 140 pound title.
So he going the WBA route.
Yeah, he know better. You need to get up in there, man, and swim with them sharks.
Yeah, 140 ain't that division to be playing around at. They got some killers in that weight class.
Hey, D-Lo, do you know anything about Stevie Sparks? Eric R said, shout out to Banana. He said, I think he retired this weekend. He said,
Yeah, man.
I know it didn't go the way he hoped, but respect for him. He said, great fights, a solid fighter. Shout out to him, man. What you
Yeah,
finna say?
He always bring it, Marlo. But you know, I was saying after the fight, he should call it a career, man.
Yeah, he must have seen it too.
That was my exact words when I seen that knockout. I was like, yeah, he's officially a shot fighter, man. Like he can't take body shots, and he can't really take head shots. Like it's over. Your body's basically telling you it's a wrap.
Let's keep it real. When you worried about the body, you leaving yourself open for the headshot. You worried about protecting your body. That's why a lot of fighters go to the body, bring them hands down. He started off, you know what I'm saying? What about that body? How can you say Montana Love is going to get stopped once he touched the elite back? Well, J1 Pro said, peace out, everyone, peace, bro. Eric R said, I got Vegas. I want to see him. I want to see him and Russell bad. Oh, you talking about
Yeah,
Russell brother?
yeah, and his style, the way he fights, it comes forward, and he likes to come forward and throw the jab and land, you know, right hands and like to throw that counter uppercut. It's like his aggressive style. It doesn't suit the way the way he can take punishment. It's like he need to be fighting more off the back foot and trying to keep distance and range and use his length and keep guys at the end of his punches. But that's not the way he fights, and there's no way he's gonna prolong his career doing that.
Dino say, oh, Stevie Starks is out of Australia. He got stopped by Tim Zulu last year. He said he had to look him up. Eric R said, I think Keith Thurman is right there, right behind Rosario. He said, you can't have a body problem and keep being inactive. Keith Thurman just want big fights now. He want to be on pay per view. That motherfucker fight a midget if it's gonna generate some dollars just to be on pay per view. I think he about ready to take a ass whip. That might be the fight though, man. I think that is probably one of the biggest fights, man. Thurman already been on pay per view. Spence is on pay per view. I think that probably be his next fight. I'm really seeing it. I know he said he don't want to. Ain't no way in hell. But in my opinion, uh, Crawford don't want to fight, man. Crawford ain't even talking like he know what the fuck he talking about behind this promotional shit. And I mean, I know a lot of people Crawford fans, but a lot of people just not gonna keep it real, man. We've been watching boxing too goddamn long, man. You know what I'm saying? For us to just fall for the banana in the tailpipe, bro. I don't give a fuck if Spence said some shit like me, Crawford. Bud, if Spence said some shit that Bud said, I would be like Spence on some suspect shit myself. Like it's shit that he was saying about what he wanted to know on the percentage split. Like if they know how much the fight exactly gonna generate and he won't throw the number, like that don't even make sense. Then he asking for a guarantee if the fight ain't if they offering something with no guarantee. You know what I'm saying? Like that's just what the contract say. Like you that's something that you want in it. And they saying they can't offer you upfront money, until this date or till that date or whatever the case may be. Excuse me. And don't sign the contract, man. But I just don't see that him saying all that about Al. I mean, yeah, about Al Heyman, Mama sick, all that other stuff to add on to what he said. It just made it look kind of suspect to me. And I don't think he would even want this fight, bro. That 50 million shit, that shit, I think that shit all cap. It don't even sound right. And where the hell all of a sudden this shit came from? You know what I'm saying? All of a
But
sudden somebody just peeled 50 million out their ass for Bud. They even peeled 50 million when he was with Bob Aaron, but all of a sudden, and plus they talk about he got ties to this billionaire, you know what I'm saying, Cook kind of guy. I just don't understand, man, what people ain't think. ain't seeing in this kind of conversation. I mean, in this kind of explanation that he was giving, man. Just weird.
Well, I can honestly say this is like if you're Showtime, you know, and this is you're offering a fight on your network to Bud Crawford, and you're offering him a deal, why would you give up rights to your fight to some outside entity when you have positioned yourself for this fight to be 100% on your network and your platform?
Uh,
You're not going to do that, especially if you want to keep making money off this fight for years and years and years and years every time it gets played. You're not going to do that. No viable company is going to do that with the unproven commodity in which Bud is bringing to the table. He's bringing something unproven, and obviously, why would they co-promote with an entity that wants to just focus on giving you guaranteed money? Well, there was guaranteed money on the table at one point, but because of the demands initially from Team Crawford, that was taken off the table. And so then there's no guaranteed money, but he's only focusing on the guarantee. But when you can make percentages off this fight going forward. You have the rights to this fight going forward. No matter how many times it's aired, you're going to continue to get checks from that. That's the part of it he's not looking at. He's just looking at the guaranteed part of it because that's what he's used to as a fighter is guaranteed money.
yeah. Nobody
So
is
he,
ain't nobody explaining it to him. And that's why I understand why Bob said the fight could have happened if he had a promoter. Because he could explain, he could have broke it down to Bud himself on, let's just say the fight generated 100 million and it's 70-30. You get 30 million. You know what I'm saying? Let's just say the fight generated, I'm just talking about on the pay-per-view buys and the seats and ticket sales. And, not just the back end money, you know what I'm saying? Not the re-aired and all that kind of money. It's basically on what is generated that night. In one night, let's say it generated 100 million. He gonna get 30. You know what I'm saying? If it's 70-30, or he gonna get 40, if it's 60-40. You know what I mean? So you gonna get 40 million and Spence gonna get 60 million. That's what how you supposed to look at it if it's a percentage split. You know what I mean? This motherfucker can't do it himself. He needs somebody to straight up translate what's going on. Like if you shitting on the upfront money, you turned that down. And they gave you a percentage split of 60-40. You know what I'm saying? You can't. It don't matter if you only sell $10 a $10 ticket. That's all. The only thing is that fight sells. Then you gonna get $4 and Spence gonna get $6. You know what I'm saying? Somebody gotta explain that to this motherfucking crazy man. Like you know what I'm saying? You can't. It ain't that complicated. Like when in history there's a guy going on Instagram telling you, making a fool of himself, talking about a contract to some people that's been putting on these kind of shows. You know what I mean? And being pretty successful doing it. What do you think about that?
well, I mean, just look at the track record. Look at the experience that Showtime, PBC, Al Heyman, they have at making big fights. They've made the biggest fights in boxing history. Um, Entertainment industry as a whole. He's worked with the who's who. I mean, these guys know exactly what it is as far as how it works out, and you always want to be able to have the rights to the fight where you're receiving the maximized profits from the fight from years going forward. And so you're not, if you're in a position to do so, you're not going to just negotiate with a guy who doesn't have any experience putting together any type of promotion or fight of this magnitude. You're not going to give your leverage away to him and allow him to take away rights from this fight to give to somebody else. Like, they're not going to do that. That's stupid. Like, people are just focusing on he's focusing on the guarantee. His fans are focusing on the guarantee. 25 guaranteed $1 million. What's that compared to all the hundreds of millions of dollars you could potentially make going forward off this fight for years
Right.
to come? That's the part that people aren't looking at. 35%, 40% of what you're going to potentially keep making off of this fight going forward. That's a whole lot more than you just worried about $25 million guarantee.
and he trying to get somebody else. You know what I'm saying? That way in. If that was the case, he could have stayed with Bob, let Bob talk for him, and let Bob get him about a lot of money. But I just don't see what's the hold up, man. You got motherfuckers like Canelo going over there, getting the pay per view and getting on with his money. You got motherfuckers actually making the shit happen. Fury, Tyson Fury was able to do good business where I'll get his money and get on. All these different motherfuckers is able to come from other places. But when it comes to Bud, it's some bullshit. And then on top of the bullshit, you had to say some shit that don't even make sense, man. You sitting there talking about the man is tied up because he's going through it because his mama's sick and some shit. Like, what that got to do with the fucking contract? And why would you put that man's personal business out there like that? That don't even make no sense for him to say that, man. But I guess that was just make his explanation look better.
Yeah, I'm good. I'm good on the situation, man. I'm at the point where I'm just focusing on a lot of these up and coming fights and the fights that we are getting. 2022 has been a very good year for boxing as far as the fights we've been getting. We've been getting a lot of good fights this year, and as a boxing fan, I'm happy for the fights that we have been getting, and we still got some more good ones coming.
Yeah, I'm good with them. But the motherfuckers was right there in our motherfucking grass. That's why I'm salty about it. I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm salty. I thought this nigga, he been talking all this shit. And then for him to turn around and pull this stuff, nigga, I'm salty. I had big faith that this fight was gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? I had positive thoughts that this motherfucker was gonna happen. This motherfucker finna fight somebody who a lot of motherfuckers don't even know who the hell he is. And his pay per views ain't that great. So how he gonna he gotta pick right opponents for the shit to be some kind of negotiations at the table, man. You need a hell of an opponent. You need to go fight somebody out there in the UK or Australia or somewhere with a big ass name. Like, you know what I mean? Bring in that revenue so you can go to the table and get a 50-50 split possibly. I don't know what the hell you looking for. What's his problem not taking a fight with?
He's looking for guaranteed money. That's what he's looking for. He got guaranteed money in this fighting with Abernesian. So that's the fight he's taking, and more power to him. I'm not looking forward to that fight from him, and I'm not going to be paying too much attention to it, to be honest.
I'm not
So
getting on another app, I'll tell you that. Hypey say, forget Crawford versus Spence fantasy fight negotiation. Let's talk about real fights. Navarrete versus Valdez is being worked on right now. Shit, bring it on. Dilo said, I'm not going to play. Thurman is a hell of a fighter and is a tough fighter for anyone. I like the Spence versus Thurman fight, and Thurman is actually the best available opponent, in my opinion, bar none. That's what I was saying. I think that shit'll do some good numbers. And then that's gonna hurt. That's gonna hurt the undisputed fight even more, y'all. The more numbers, you know what I'm saying, Spence do, and the less numbers Bud do, the negotiations can go down. You know what I mean? The interest could be lost. We know from what Bud say, he ain't taking no less than whatever. He feel like he worth this or worth that. So the more he go and put on a horrible show or grab these horrible opponents to make people lose interest in watching them fight, it's gonna be worse for him. If let's say Spence just go fight a motherfucker like Canelo and still hold those three belts, like he go fight a motherfucker like Thurman, do some good numbers. Boots Ennis, do some good numbers. Stanionis, I think that other guy name is, do some good numbers. All that shit do would just hurt the undisputed fight. Ain't no caliber fighters out there like those guys. He ain't fighting none of those guys. But what you think about that, Joseph Brown, before I go back into the comments? If Spence fight Thurman, Boots, Stanionis, um, who else up in there? Is that Tim Zoo guy? If you fight any one of those and it do a good number, do you think that shit helps the undisputed fight and hurt the undisputed fight? But Eric R said, how do you in a perfect world see Tank versus Rodriguez at 140 going? I don't know. I think both of them southpaws too. I wouldn't know, man. I think Regis is a body puncher. I think he'll probably have some success or make Tank thinking about certain things. I think Tank power will be respected in the fight. I think that'll be
think
a process fight, huh?
I think Tank need to stay his ass at 135.
Yeah, I think Tank power will be respected in the fight, but I don't know. I think Riga's program probably will be able to handle Tank up in that motherfucker on some grown man shit. But I would be rooting for Tank though. I'd probably say Tank late stoppage, lucky punch, some shit. What you was saying? Break that down, Jay Brown. Jay Brown. Oh, what's up, man? Z, what's good? What's good?
Going on, family? What's going
Style
on?
like Bivol. Social science, what's good, bro? What's good, MZ? Mic check. Can y'all hear me?
Yeah,
What's good with
Okay,
y'all?
okay, I had to get these volumes right. I was confused for a minute. Man, Bivol, that's what's going. That's what's good. My boy Bivol went out there and put hands on that boy, man.
Yeah, he did.
He went out there and showed people. You see that footwork he was using?
Man, he was styling. He schooled that boy up in there.
Man, he schooled that boy beautifully. I was watching the way he was pivoting and dropping punches. Man, that dude, he looked real good to hand speed, great defense, hitting from angles. That boy did his job. He to me, he just put the stamp on, whoop Canelo again. I'm just saying.
Hey, since y'all here, it looked like King of Kings is working on paying what's the name off with that fantasy boxing money over there.
What? He paying his bet?
No, I'm saying he over there winning. I don't know what he's gonna do with the winnings,
Oh.
but I'm just saying he looking good. I think he like overall like in the top 5 or something. I
Man, what's up,
believe.
Trey X? Eric R. D-Lo. Hey man, I'm glad to hear y'all got me on here. I'm feeling good. I'm off tonight. I ain't got to go to work, so I get a chance to talk boxing with the fam on Marlo's Corner. I don't never get to talk on Marlo's Corner.
Salute, bro. What's good, Trey? Salute.
hey, my favorite
Ernest
shit,
Davis.
man.
Ernest Davis in the building. Salute, bro. Doe Eyes TV. Salute, sis. Welcome. She said, stopping to show support.
Salute, sis. Salute. What's up, big bro? Ernest Davis, big bro.
Hey, what you were saying, Show Science?
No, I was just saying my favorite shit. I think was at the end of round 1 or 2 when they kind of bumped into each other and Bivol looked at him like, "Yeah, motherfucker,"
Yeah,
like you thought you had you one.
right. Man, that motherfucker was handling that nigga. Hey, what you think about round 12 with Morrell, though? Round 12, Morrell turned up on the old boy and put him in a coma, bro. After
Man,
the
I don't
Yeah,
fight.
understand. I don't understand why his corner let him suffer that punishing ass whooping like that. Man, they should have been through the towel in. Your boy was looking like he wasn't gonna make it.
yeah, they let him take a hell of a ass whoop. And then when I found out that he was in a coma, I was like, wow, that's gonna bring a lot of scrutiny to his corner and everything like that. They should all be fired for not taking into account that man was out there getting his ass tore up, handed to him. He looked bad. But you can't blame Morrell. Morrell did what he was supposed to do. He went out there and fought a good fight. Looked real good doing it.
Yeah, I think that's what he really wanted to do. He wanted to put a hell of a performance on. I don't think he wanted to put old boy in a coma though. But
Right. They said they induced it or whatever.
for
Yeah,
real,
because he was going through something.
yeah, that's what I was saying. Hoping he alright, but that was a hell of a performance, man. Them motherfucker was hitting that nigga with no look shots.
Yeah.
That motherfucker accuracy was pretty good, man. Looking pretty strong. But like I said, I was more impressed with Bivol being Missouri.
Bivol, my boy, man.
Yeah,
Bivol, my
Bivol
boy.
man hit that man with 2 punches while he was trying to hit him with one.
Hey, what you think about? If I want to get all three of y'all. Who y'all got better be versus Bivol?
Man, I think I might have Bivol as long as he stay off the ropes, cause better be if he get to punching you and that shit seem like you can't really take his punches like that. Cause he against Canelo and Zerto, he got up against the ropes and kind of let them tire themselves out. I don't think you can do that with no better be, man.
I think I'm gonna ride with Bivol. I said I would ride with Bivol after he whooped Canelo. I'm like, I see Better Beef is strong. He a good fighter and everything like that. But I think Bivol's footwork is better. He showed a lot of great footwork in this last fight, and I think his footwork is just a little better than Better Beef. I think he can outbox him. I think he can outbox him. They both good. If I had to say what percentage of the fight I would give him, I'd say it's a 50-50 deal. But I would ride with Bivol. I know everybody keeps saying he's a small 175 pounder, but he's still 175 pounds. So I would ride with him. I think he's the better boxer. I think he'd be able to outpoint the guy.
What about you, Joe Brown?
I don't know. I gotta see. I gotta see how Bivol looks in his. I mean, Better Be looks in his next fight. I know. I don't particularly like the matchup. I know he's gonna walk through Anthony Yard. A lot of people are saying Yard might have a shot, but I don't see it. It's laughable. Um, I look at common opponents and Joe Smith, and I seen how Better Be was able to just walk through Joe Smith and put his lights out. I thought that was a dangerous fight because I thought Joe Smith. Well, I know Joe Smith got power and he could punch, but Better Be his timing, his counter punching is something that Bivol's going to have to take note of. Also, I think he's gotten better um, in terms of him being able to see openings and be able to counter guys and land his shots. And he punches through the target. He's ferocious, man. He's like a tiger. He just keeps coming, um, and he's a tank. You can't stand in front of this guy, and you can't stand in front of him. He's gonna just demolish you. So I think Bivol has a very good IQ. He'll be able to use his lateral movement at times, and he's gonna have to make his shots count, and he's gonna have to put some extra oomph on his shots too when he is attacking in order to keep Better Be at bay, which is it's gonna be difficult to do, but it's gonna be a close fight, man. It's gonna be a close fight. Uh, who's ever will is gonna be able to be displayed on that night is gonna win the fight because I believe that uh, Bivol has very strong will, very sharp 1-2, his jab, and he can hit you at angles and his feints. If he can keep Better Be guessing and keep him playing that game in which he likes to play, where that lead hand and his in and out using his feints and circling, get it out the way, throwing his combinations, he can win the decision. But it could easily go the other way. It's an even fight.
Yeah, I think that'll
Hey,
be
I just want to.
a hell of a
Oh, go
fight.
ahead,
Go
bro.
ahead. Go ahead.
I just want to say something about Bivol, man. Usually, when somebody fight in one weight class, I don't really put them in pound for pound because they just fighting at that one. And usually when they do that, they be big for the weight class. But Bivol, he's small for 175, so he always beating bigger guys. And then if you think about Roy Jones' little criteria for pound, he said you have to be bigger and smaller guys. So he beat the small guy who was Canelo, who's supposed to be the face of boxing, pound for pound #1 on a lot of people's list. So he beat Canelo, and he beating smaller and be bigger guys in his own weight class. So Biffle got to be on the pound for pound list now, in my opinion.
Right, according to Roy Jones. Oh, hey, what about I didn't get to check it out, but Joseph Brown gave his take. That McCaskill Cameron, I think her name, about that fight. You was
Man,
talking about that fight. Did it go how you thought?
man, listen. Like I said, I always bet against Jessica McCaskill because I think she got an ugly style, and like I'm always thinking somebody gonna exploit that shit, but nobody did. I think Cecilia Breakers wasn't able to do it because she was just older, and she just didn't. That rugged style was too much for her at that age. But after that, Jessica McCaskill didn't really fight no pound for pound level fighters. Now, when she got in there with Chantel Cameron exploited all that shit, all that diving in, all that ducking to the side. Chantel Cameron kept hitting her with that left hook every time she did it, so she wasn't letting her off the hook. And she just couldn't move her head nowhere to get out the way of them punches. And Chantel Cameron kept running her in the punches all night because she stayed on that back foot. And you know how Jessica McCaskill lunge in, she was just catching it with everything. So I think Chantel Cameron did what any high level fighter is supposed to do to a fighter like Jessica McCaskill. So, I mean, that's why I picked her in the fight because I feel like she was a good enough boxer to outbox McCaskill, and she came through. That's my thoughts.
Salute, Michael Tone check. Can y'all hear me?
What's good, bro? Yeah, your shit low.
I sound real low.
Oh no, you back now.
What's going down with y'all, man?
Shit, just chilling, chopping it up.
What's up, X? Go doing all right?
Oh yeah, 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 man. I had to get out there, get on the road, get my grind on a little bit.
Shit, good job. Good job. I'm glad you're having fun and doing your thing.
Oh yeah,
Uh,
yeah, yeah, for sure.
Professor X in the building.
Shit, I can't even say that right now. I'm getting my ass whooped so bad in this channel roll. You know what I'm saying?
Movie Trey Weather salute. What's happening?
Hey, it ain't been affecting the betting though. But yeah, I want to talk on that Chantel Cameron fight because I did get a chance to check it out a little bit. One thing that stood out to me was Cameron's power. I think that shit gave McCaskill a little bit of problems. I don't think she used to getting hit with them type of shots, especially early in the fight, man. Did y'all hear the way them punches were sounding when that woman was landing that shit?
Yeah.
That shit sounded crazy. Like that shit had some real pop on it. You know what I'm saying? And they all I didn't catch it, but they also said they had a accidental head clash early in the fight that might have threw McCaskill off a little bit. I don't know how much weight to put on that, but that might be part of the story. You know what I'm saying? But I ended up changing my pick on the Channel Ross to Cameron because y'all know me in the pedigree scale and all that shit. So I didn't want to go against the amateur background, so I rolled with Cameron. But I thought that McCaskill would bring a tougher fight than what she brought. But yeah, I just think that type of power coming from a woman is pretty rare, and that kind of threw off a little bit.
Yeah, that's initially why I became a fan of Chantel Cameron because when she was fighting, I believe it was at 130. She had stopped like 6 out of 8 opponents. So she was just stopping everybody. I was like, you don't see a lot of women doing this. So that's how I initially became a fan of hers.
Yeah, she got some pretty good pop. I got to take Better Be over Bivol too. I want to say that. You know what I'm saying?
Why is that? Give us your breakdown.
Well, you know me first off. I mean, we got a 4.5 going against a bona fide 5. And I just think Better Be was too big.
Yeah.
Bivol could have potentially fought at 168. There's no way in hell that Better Be could fight at 168. Better Be fought at heavyweight as an amateur. He would fight against Alexander Usyk and a bunch of big motherfuckers as an amateur. And according to my boy D'Lo, the voice of reason, he said that Better Be was over there kicking all them Eastern European asses. You know what I'm saying? Like he was a cut above all of them. So I just think that he real strong. He got some underrated boxing skills. But the thing though, for me too, is like it seems like Better Beef has lower lows and higher highs. Bivol is kind of in the middle at all times. You know what I'm saying? He don't get too low, he don't get too high. Like Better Beef, I saw him get dropped in the fight. I ain't never seen Bivol get dropped in a fight. But Better Beef, he goes out there and just straight trucks people. I'm talking about beat the hell out of them. And I don't see that type of shit from Bivol. You know what I'm saying? Like Bivol go out there and outclass him, he outbox him, he go out there and shine them. Like Bivol, one of them guys that he gonna land about 30% of his punches, and he only allows you to hit him with about 15% of his punches. You know what I'm saying? So he the type of guy to go out there and outclass you. But Better Be with the type of dude to go out there and beat the hell out of you. You know what I'm saying? And they got a common opponent, Joe Smith Jr. Bivol went out there and fought 12 rounds with Joe Smith Jr. Joe Smith Jr. actually landed a couple of good shots on Bivol, hit him with a right hand that actually hurt him at the end of a round. I can't remember what round it was. But when Joe Smith Jr. fought against Better Be, and I know styles make fights, but you see what happened to him. He went out there and got his ass blitzed out there. You know what I'm saying? So I just think Better Be has higher highs than Bivol, but he also has lower lows, so they give Bivol a chance. But I like the highs of Better Be.
Mm.
I can I can roll with that.
All right, what's your take on the Zero versus Bivol? You did that already?
Oh yeah, I thought that Zerto would bring a better fight. To be honest with y'all, I did pick Bivol by decision, but I thought it would be a harder fight than what Zerto tried to what he brought to him. I think one thing that these fighters keep doing, um, like fairly commonly, is that when they get in front of a technician, they try to act out technique the technician. They out there fighting and doing all of this shit instead of bringing the size and physicality like the way they supposed to. This dude is out here trying to play chess with a chess master. I thought he would be smart enough not to do that. You know what I'm saying? Just go in there and bring like a physical type of fight instead of a chess type of fight. Because you're not gonna beat Bivol in a fucking chess match. You know what I'm saying? But like Lawrence Williams said, Bivol was just way too fast for the dude, way too skilled. 268 and 15 amateur record. 4.5 on the pedigree scale. Got a bronze medal at the Youth AIBA World Championships, and the shit showed up. He just looked like the better technical fighter. He had better coordination. He had better speed, footwork, all that shit. He went out there and made that shit look way easier than I was anticipating.
You about to say something, Social?
No.
Um, yeah.
Let me bounce off of what Trey said. About Bivol being a technician and everything, and guys trying to out technique, out be more technical than a technician person. I'm thinking, Bivol might have some pop too, because you trying to be technical with this dude. He pop, lit you up a few times, and it might make those guys change their game plan where they start thinking that maybe I can try to get him from out here, because every time I make a move, he light me up. Like you said, he landed 30% of his punches. They landed 15%. And watching how he was on the inside with this last fight, how he was moving on the inside, he just looked cleaner. And I enjoyed watching that dude, man. I know the Oracle say he going with Better Be, but I'm gonna ride with Bivol on this.
That's right.
I ain't mad at you, OG.
Eric R said, "Yeah, I'm riding with Dmitrii's SOG Bivol. That's his honorary back name. Excuse me, on the corner. He said he's ours. I traded Terrence Crawford, Kanye, the second round pick for Bivol." Hyphy said McCaskill fight like a woman's version of Lucas Brown. Trey Wood said, "What up?" He also said Miles McCaskill fought Katie Taylor, I believe, and Katie outclassed her.
Yeah, she fought Katie way before she fought Cecilia Burkis.
Um,
That was a master class by Katie Taylor too.
Yeah.
Ivy said, Chantel said her best weight is 135. D'Lo said, he said, I'm going to post what Bill thinks about fighting Better Be. Ivy said, it's noted throughout the industry, sparring with Better Be takes life out to your career. He is the heavy, he, excuse me, he is that heavy handed.
He like a cruiserweight and a light heavyweight's body. I still don't even see how he makes the weight, especially at his age. He is a giant at 175. Like, look at his body. That motherfucker looks strong as hell.
Discipline.
D'Lo said, oh yeah, that's what I read from multiple sources years ago. He even made Kovalov quit the team at one point.
Yep.
So he was in there putting hands on Kovalev, made Kovalev quit the squad. God damn, he in there just brutalizing folks.
Run, Forrest, run.
Hey, we talking about a man that was 395 and 5 and fighting the very best in the world.
395 and 5?
Yeah, this is a step up from anything that Bivol done ever fought as a pro. But I got to say that Bivol is a step up from what Better Be been fighting too. But in the amateurs, it's a wash. Like Bivol, he wasn't fighting Usyk and all the motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? Better Be was out there with the best of them.
Uh-oh. That make cause for me to have to think about some things. The pedigree scale and kicked into effect.
We got a bona fide 5 right here, man. Better Be is a special fighter.
Then you putting words like bona fide on it. It's a bona fide five. This ain't just a five. It's a bona fide. You better get that shit together, OG. You might throw your money away.
Shit, that's why I said it. That shit's even Steven to me. I can't really call it, man. I have to see the first couple rounds to give a real breakdown of who gonna win.
That's cheating. I got to see your first couple of rounds. I'm gonna go ahead and stand on it and say I'm Team Bivol all the way. Better be.
I'm team skills.
Let me ask y'all this.
Who do y'all think will be the betting favorite?
I would have to say Perturbia.
Yeah, I think he'll be the betting favorite because they're gonna be like he got 3 of the belts. They're gonna give him the betting favorite, and that's even more reason for me to ride with Bivol.
They might have Bivol the favorite because he beat Canelo.
Oh, good point.
It's a possibility. I think Beterbiev will be the favorite though. But it's a possibility though. I see you got your name. You done changed your name, styling like Bivol on them boys.
Yeah. He get in a high level fight. Hey, he might be my favorite fighter to watch. I just don't like the fact that he fight down when he, in there with somebody low level.
D'Lo said Zudo only had one gear and he stayed in it, pacing and lead in a way. Xavier the boxing nerd, salute, fam.
Hey, I also want to say, I want to see him in there with a guy that got the size because I done seen Bivol kind of struggle with taller fighters, but this time he fought against a southpaw, so the jab is not going to be as much of a factor. I want to see him in there with a bigger guy that got a good jab. I want to see how that looks, and that's what he gonna get from Better Be. Better Be got a good jab. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, we'll see, man. I got to take Better Be.
Yeah.
Hopefully they fight. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's the thing. Will we get a chance to see him in the ring?
Xavier said Zudo said he thought he beat Bill.
Oh, come on, man.
If he said he knows he didn't beat that boy. He turned to Adrian Boner.
Yeah.
Zudo was concussed. That was social scientist. D'Lo said Lonnie B said sparring many rounds with Better Be made him stay at 168 instead of fighting at 175 because he knew there was no way he could beat him. Eric R said, he said, I know how Better Be makes weight. He hands the guy at the scale a note. If you say I'm over, I'll break your skull. And that nigga be like 175 pounds.
Yeah.
The up for folks said when Zero threw the lead left hand, it was getting home, but he abandoned it.
Bivol made him abandon it because he started giving him 2 and 3 punches back and pivoting. And actually, he pivots and threw a punch like Tyson Fury. I hate to say that name. Pivoted against Deontay Wilder and punching him in that spot. Bivol showed me a lot that night, man, against Zerto or however he Zertoed his ass, all right? So I seen him catch a couple of lefts, but he gave him something to think about for throwing those lefts. That's probably why he abandoned it.
It's a little bit different though, because Tyson Fury fought against Deontay Wilder as an orthodox fighter. D'Lo was speaking on the lead left hand because that should be the primary weapon for the southpaw against the orthodox fighter. So even if a guy is coming back with something, you still don't need to abandon the shit all the way because that's your best punch. You know what I'm saying? Like if you're a more skilled, more experienced type of fighter, I know he got 44 professional fights, but if you skilled in the amateurs and got a lot of experience, you're more likely to stay with what's your best weapon instead of just getting away from it just because you met with some resistance.
I feel you on that. And going against Beterbiev, you know, maybe we'll see that because, you know, he bona fide.
And the reason I say that, because like some guys, I might call them a five because they done won gold in a certain tournament. Well, this dude done won gold in a whole bunch of them motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I got to say he a bona fide five. Like he on another level.
Oh, I feel you. I'm just riding it because, you know, my big brother, he'll say that bona fide. And when he say bona fide, I know he really mean what he talking about then.
Yeah.
I just really want to see them two guys fight, man, because they two very disciplined guys. They don't, you know what I'm saying, when they come to talking shit, they just, you know, hey, I want to show my skills, but you know it's because they really working hard on what they doing. So when they come to the table, them guys really come to fight. I just can't wait to see that fight if it happens.
Yeah.
Well, I want to see it from the standpoint of, you know, Beterbiev is on the wrong side of 30 right now. That's another factor where this fight got to get made soon.
That's true. That is very true. Bivol got a substantial age advantage.
Well, I'm riding with you. Some skills. I got the guy that's long in the tooth. He got plenty of skills, but like he said, he on the wrong side of 30. That all sounds like it's looking good for me and old Bivol.
Let me ask y'all a question. How y'all feel about Bivol's left hook?
I think it's decent.
I don't hardly ever see it.
When he threw it looked good.
I see him throwing straight punches. I don't see him throwing a lot of hooks.
Straight punches are the quickest to get there.
Yeah, but you want to have every punch on the tree, though.
I'm sure he's going to pull it out when it's time, Trey. Don't do Bivol like that.
Well, I mean, that's just something that I frequently bring up. Like, whenever we was picking Josh Taylor versus Rodriguez Prograis, one reason I picked Josh Taylor because Prograis ain't got a left hook. I mean, a right hook from the southpaw stance. And Bivol, I mainly see him throwing straight punches. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like Kovalev. A lot of them Eastern Europeans, they throw a lot of straight punches. Like Kovalev, when he fought Andre Ward, one reason why he had problems because he's throwing straight punches. And when you get in close on a guy, you don't want to throw straight punches. You want to come back with your hook. You know what I'm saying? And I don't see a lot of left hooks from Bivol. They like he's setting you up with the jab and then coming back with the lead left hook and got you confused. He mainly keep it straight punches. And I think that Beterbiev got a better left hook. And that's an advantage that I think that he'll have in the fight. One of the advantages.
That's one good point you make, because Bivol will throw a punch from any angle and hurt your ass.
You think Bivol got power that's comparable to Beterbiev?
I meant Beterbiev. Yeah, he'll throw a punch from any angle and hurt your ass.
Yeah. And I see him throwing all kind of punches. I see him throwing uppercuts. I remember when he fought against Joe Smith Jr., he hit Joe Smith Jr. with 3 uppercuts in a row. Right uppercut, left uppercut, right uppercut. Joe Smith turned around and act like he wanted to break out running. He had Marlowe laughing like a motherfucker.
Yeah, he looked like he got stung by some bees, man. Like, oh shit, get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, and plus, if you look at Bivol, he kind of squared up a little bit. Y'all might not agree with me on this comparison, but I see a little bit of Felix Trinidad when I look at Bivol, and it's just because of the stance. Both of them look like they in a track stance, like they ready to take off on your motherfucking ass. You know what I'm saying? But it's a stance that's kind of squared up a little bit. Like if you look at Bivol, he ain't standing at an angle. He kind of squared up, like with his torso facing you, and that's gonna open up for body shots. You know what I'm saying? Because you're presenting a bigger target with your body. So that's something else that worries me for him in a fight against Beterbiev. Even though Beterbiev do it too, but I don't think it's as much of a threat for him coming from Bivol because Bivol ain't got the type of power. And plus, I don't really see him going to the body with hard shots. You know what I'm saying? So, I think it's a little bit different, but I think he would be even better if he stood at more of an angle and made himself skinny instead of presenting a bigger target with his body.
Yeah, I mean, he do be rocking back and forth on his feet like he Bruce Lee doing some Jeet Kune Do sometimes.
Yeah, he light on his feet for a man that size too. I give him his props. He a real good fighter.
Yeah. Real good. His footwork is. My bad. Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say on this level, you splitting hairs when you're trying to find an advantage because both of them are a hell of a fighter.
Yeah, I'm gonna make sure I reach out to one of my sources and have him to call Bivol and let him know that you think that he should skinny up a little bit, tighten up that stance so we can whoop Beterbiev if the opportunity presents itself.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, I got sources too.
Is Beterbiev supposed to be fighting Anthony Yarde still?
That's what they've been saying.
I haven't heard anything different.
Man, that's a total fucking mismatch.
Yeah, you got one guy with 15 amateur fights going against another guy with 400. That's a tall task, but Yarde, he's athletic. You know what I'm saying? And he pack a good punch. Beterbiev, to me, he ain't just showed a granite chin. If Yarde catching with something, it could be problems. Like, I think he got a puncher's chance. I think he got a mountain to climb in front of him, and it's going to be tough, and more than likely, he's going to get beaten, knocked out. But if he catch him with something, it could get interesting.
Well, I said more than likely he's going to get beaten, knocked out.
I think so. What you think? You don't think he's going to get knocked out?
I
think he's going to get knocked out, yeah. That's my prediction. My guess.
I think Anthony Yarde gonna be the next meme.
Yeah, I think he'll get knocked out.
Well, how many rounds y'all think it'll go? You think he gonna get done like Joe Smith Jr., or do you think he gonna fight back and maybe get stopped late, or maybe middle rounds or something?
I say like 7 to 10.
Shit. Man,
that's a generous level of respect. Yeah, that's what
I would say 6 to 8.
Shit, I'm going 1 to 4.
First third of the fight, huh? I think that Yarde got enough to make it to the second half of the fight. I'm gonna lock in with OG and I'm gonna say 6 to 8. It sounds like DeCane is thinking something similar.
Yeah.
What about you, Marlo? How many rounds you think Beterbiev and Yarde to go?
Shit, I was thinking 6 to 8 too, but it can go early because Yarde ain't the smartest motherfucker up in there. You know what I'm saying? He can go up in there and get countered clean early, thinking that he, trying to establish his strength and his dominance in there. So I would think it go 6 to 8. Yarde trying to work on the jab and stay alive. That would be a safe bet for me. 6 to 8.
Do y'all think there's anything Yarde can do to win?
Nope.
He ain't got a shot in hell. He got 0% chance, according to Judge O'Brien. That's his ruling.
Well, I won't say that because if he breathing and he get in the ring and he not injured or nothing, he stands a slight chance.
And what about the youth? Because he's significantly younger than Beterbiev.
Yeah, but his experience though, his youth have played great. but the lack of experience is what's gonna hurt him.
That's true because he only got about 35 fights total in his whole life.
Exactly.
Shit.
Yeah.
Talk about somebody who want to be like Bruce Lee. They want to be like water, but better be gonna beat the water off his damn face.
But see, I can't even. I have to watch Better Be fight because off the top of my head, I can't really think of no flaws he has that Yard would be able to exploit.
Yeah, he got better boxing skills than what people think. Some people think he just come forward and he a slugger, but he'll take a step back on your ass and put an angle on you a little bit. You know what I'm saying? He throw combinations. He got a good jab. He was putting a hard jab on Joe Smith Jr. He throw all the punches, straight punches, hooking punches, uppercut type punches. He don't really move his head a lot though. But
Yeah, I'm not in that camp that think that he not no good boxer. I think he a real good boxer.
if you look at Bivol though, he don't really move his head a lot. He's not a move his head side to side type guy. He keep his back kind of straight. I think that's. I know I just switched over to a whole nother fight, but I'm just saying that's something that I noticed about Bivol. Like not a lot of head movement.
Yeah, I think Bivol relies on the way he can bounce in and out and get around you. I think that can be reason for him not having head movement. Better be, I think his head movement probably lacking because he don't give him a chance to even home in on the straight line with him because he's busy. He keeps them thinking. He putting a hard jab in their life. Like you said, he mixes up his punches. He does dig to the body. He does dig to the head. So he give him a full plate of vegetables and meat. While you trying to figure out what you trying to get, he's steady clubbing you.
Do y'all ever see Bivol like pull straight back? Because he like to jump in and out with his footwork and stuff. Do y'all ever see him pull straight back, or do y'all always see him pull off on an angle?
No, he pulled straight back in his last fight, and old boy caught him with a couple of body shots, and then he came right back at him. But nah, he don't always come out in angles. He pulls straight back a couple of times, but usually when he does, he'll have that feel of that right arm out when he pulls straight back.
Yeah, that could be a problem against Beterbiev. And I saw Bivol against the ropes against Zerto in the fight. You know what I'm saying? I think he has to stay off the ropes against Beterbiev.
That's the same thing I said. Cause Better Be, that's how he fucked Marcus Brown up. Just you can't let this man touch you like that.
But you can't stand in front of him like that, and he can't be on the ropes. And Bibble talked about that too. When he watched Better Be fight Boston, when he saw that fight, he was like, "Yeah, you can't stand in front of this guy."
Well, Bozic was giving Beterbiev problems early in that fight with the angles and the footwork that he was using. You know what I'm saying? But as the fight goes, because I think he got stopped in like 10 rounds, if I'm not mistaken. It might have been 9. But the thing is, you said 10?
Yeah.
See, the thing is, when you fresh in a fight, you will do things the way you're supposed to do them. But once you start getting tired, that's when the mistakes come. Like me, myself, I know I'm tired when I start pulling straight back. That's the number one sign that I'm tired. Because like my body knows I need to do something defensive, but it'll just do like the bare minimum. You know what I'm saying? Like just pull straight back. So I want to see what Bivol gonna look like late in the fight against Beterbiev. Is he gonna stay on point technical, or is he gonna start making mistakes like pulling straight back with his head high and all that kind of shit? Because that's possible.
But have you noticed that he does that when he get late in fights?
Well, I actually see him pull straight back even early in fights sometimes. That's why I asked y'all about it.
Oh,
Like even when he fresh, I see him pull straight back sometimes.
yeah.
Yeah, I think that could be a problem for him. Like, let me ask y'all this: who do y'all feel like has the bigger margin of error between Bivol and Beterbiev?
I would say Better Beeve has the larger degree of error, just because of the way he fights, and I don't think Bivol and the power he brings to the fight is always going to make him dangerous, even when he might be getting outpointed. He can always change the complexion of the fight. Bivol has to be on point technically the whole fight because that's how dangerous Beterbiev is at all times.
I agree with you on that. What
Yeah,
y'all think?
I was going to agree. I was going to say Better Beef has the bigger range where he can make more mistakes. For the simple reason I'm hearing everybody, and I pretty much agree. Better Beef is pretty powerful dude, and that's always going to be a one upper when you're fighting. So he could make a couple of mistakes, get tagged. If his chin is better than maybe that knockdown that you saw him get knocked down, Trey. I went and watched that fight when you had first said it a couple of months ago. His recovery time seemed good. So he seemed like he recovered real quick and got up and got right back to business. So those items right there, because I think he got a pretty good chin. I think he just got caught, but he got right back up and went right back to work. So I think that gives him a larger margin for error.
Yeah, I agree with the power. What about you, bro? I ain't jump on trying to boss hog and that. You know what I'm saying? What you think? Who you think got the bigger margin of error?
Damn. I don't know, because I haven't never seen Bivol get hurt, but I have seen better be go down. Probably have to go with better be. I think he's just more straight up and down kind of fighter that likes to get into a brawl, that put himself in tough situations, but he do make adjustments. But the margin of error, I have to go better be.
Yeah, I think Better B can make more mistakes and still win because of that power. Like, as great of a boxer as Bivol is, I don't see him stopping guys at the top level. You know what I'm saying? Like, who the last person he knocked out? Was it Sullivan Barrera?
It's been a minute since he had a knockout.
Shit, he could have stopped Joe Smith if he put the foot on the gas. He had him hurt late in the last round of the fight.
That's true, but Joe Smith hurt him real bad in that fight, and I think that might have put some caution in his game because, like, I got to be careful with this guy because if he hit me with the right hand again, shit. Because when he got hit with the right hand, I think was it the fourth round, maybe the seventh or some shit like that. But he was stumbling on the way back to his to the corner, like
Yeah,
he was.
I think it was at the end of like round 9 or round 10, one of those rounds.
Yeah, but he definitely tough minded though, man. One of my favorite Bivol moments is when he fought that Umar Salamov, and Umar Salamov hit him with a fucking elbow right on the face. And Bivol didn't even complain. He didn't say nothing. He just stayed focused and stayed with what he was doing. Most fighters would have been looking to the referee, but not him. You know what I'm saying? So that's one thing I love about him.
Bon Kiki, salute. D-Ray Promotion, salute, man.
One
Salute,
thing I had
salute.
to say is, hell, I think Bivol might have the largest margin of error because I mean, even when he was fighting Zerto, I saw Zerto just walk in and hit him with some shit, but Bivol would respond with like 3 punches before Zerto could throw another one. But I saw him getting hit. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. I think that's dangerous against a guy like Betterby.
Well, let me rephrase the question then, because it might be uh I might have said it wrong. Like, who do y'all feel like can make the most mistakes and still win?
Yeah, that's what I thought you
Definitely.
meant.
Oh, okay.
What
It's
about you,
still
DK?
Yeah, definitely gonna be Betterby.
Yeah, because I think he got the power late in fights that he can pull himself out the fire. Because, like I said, when he fought against Gosdick, and Gosdick ain't no slouch now. He was like 260 and 40 or some shit like that. And he was winning that fight, in my opinion. He was out there boxing beautifully in that fight. But then little by little, you started seeing Better Be starting to catch up to him. You know what I'm saying? Because like when you got the good footwork, you got the good legs and stuff like that, that shit take energy. And it's hard to do that shit for 12 rounds. You know what I'm saying? So even though he was off to a good start, he let Better Be catch up to him. But that showed me that Better Be can get down and come back with something and pull the fight out. You know what I'm saying? I ain't seen Bivol have to do that. Like Bivol is the type of guy, he leading from the first round to the last round. He's not the type of guy that's gonna get down and then come back. But I have seen that from Better Beef though.
Let me say about Bivol though, that's one thing. that I really love about watching this guy. I don't really put too much weight on him not knocking guys out because he's I don't know, he might be the only fighter right now that I love seeing him fight for 12 rounds because I get to see more of the fight. But from round 1 to round 12, he the same fighter. Like I never really see this guy slow down. And that's one thing, like if you a guy like Better Beef and you need for somebody to slow down, that's gonna be a problem against a guy like Bill.
Yeah, that's true. He come in good
That's
shape.
Mike. Salute, fam.
That's my boy. He downstairs. That's who I'm on the road with. Yeah, I'm upstairs on chopping it up with y'all, man.
Okay, sure. I thought I was saying okay. I got the mute on. But yeah, Bivol don't be getting tired. That's a plus for him. That's a big plus. I feel he gonna be able to use his footwork. He gonna get hit. My biggest concern is how he reacts when he gets hit if he fights Better Be. But I think if he can take the punch and be able to angle and move, he gonna outpoint that man. I don't see a knockout coming for Better Be that night. I think he gonna be one of those. It's gonna be one of those fights that the better man gonna win, and it's gonna be Bivol.
I ain't mad at you, OG.
Yeah, that part. I might even put some money down on
it. Yeah. One fight I didn't get to see was a damn David Morrell fight, though, man. I haven't got a chance to see that one yet. It looked like it was a hell of a beatdown that Morrell put on that guy, though. I saw some highlights from the fight, and I saw the last round. And he put some hard shots on that man.
I saw some highlights, and it was like he had that dude in a wash machine. The way that dude, he was landing some power shots on that dude from everywhere.
Hey Trey, what's that Patton and Mike Tyson combination he throw? He throw that
right grip to the body, come up the middle with the right uppercut.
With the up. Yep, that's exactly what Morrell was putting on that boy.
But from the southpaw stance, though.
Up from southpaw stance.
Yeah. I got to go check it out, man. One thing I didn't like, though, is that his opponent was coming off a year layoff. It was somewhere at least 10 months to a year. I don't like that, man. Like, you put these guys coming off these long layoffs and you put them in there with dangerous people like David Morrell. I'm not surprised that the man went out there and got the hell beat out of him like that. These folks need activity, man. Especially if you're going to put them in there with a killer. They're going to get somebody hurt. And I saw that y'all posted that the man had to go to the hospital in, I think, a medically induced coma or something like that. I saw that y'all posted.
Yeah.
Like, man, that shit's fucking dangerous, bro. Like, fighters need activity, man.
Yep.
And y'all know how Morrell coming. Like, he one of the killers in the game. He throw a bunch of punches and he coming to do something to you. Yeah, man, stop bringing these folks off these long layoffs and shit, man. That shit ain't cool.
Yeah, I agree with that. So.
I agree with you, too. He beat the Spanish out that man.
Well, he wasn't Spanish. He was Eastern European, but his name do sound kind of Spanish. The Aidos.
He beat some out of
it. Yeah.
I hope God's honest, I know I'm being funny, but I hope the man comes out of this induced coma and everything be all right with him. And he can go on and have a regular good life. But the boxing fan in me say, shit, that boy beat the brakes off that man.
He did.
Yeah, and the man, you could see it, man. He was taking bars off. And you know, these fighters sometimes they're just too damn tough for their own damn good, man. This dude is tough. And he was taking them shots, man. You could see like them shits was like it reminded me of watching Meldrick Taylor and Chavez. Like them shots thudding like ugh, like that boy was trying to show bravado, but obviously you could see it took its toll. For 12 rounds eating shots like that, they ain't good for nobody lifespan.
So did that performance? Oh my bad, go ahead, bro.
No, go ahead. Y'all still on this fight. I was about to bring up another one. Go ahead.
I was about to bring up another one too, so you go ahead.
Oh shit! Did anybody see the damn Julian Williams fight? Cause I didn't see it.
I didn't see that one either.
Oh, okay.
I didn't see the Andre Darrell fight either. My boy Napoleon was telling me, man, we need to bet on on Darrell, man. He might go out here and stop this Unieski Gonzalez, and that's what he did too. And I missed out on a good bet for my team and shit, man. That fucking Jason Rosario fight. He went up against a 3.5 on the pedigree scale.
That nigga got knocked the fuck out.
I know, but I wanted the opponent. I picked the opponent on the Channel Ross KO6. I missed it by 1 round. But I should have had everybody bet on that fight because the opponent was at plus 220 and he a 3.5 on the pedigree scale. He a national Golden Glove champion and shit. But the only reason I didn't bet is because the fight was at 160, and this guy never fought at 160. And Jason Rosario had 3 fights at 160, so I thought that might give him an advantage. But I should have thought that it's not that much of an advantage because both fighters fought at 154 and are now fighting at 160. It's kind of like when Golovkin fought against Canelo. Everybody kept saying, well, Canelo gonna knock him out this time. And me and D-Lo and a few people were like, nah, we can't see that shit. You know what I'm saying? And then they brought up the fact that, well, this fight is at 168. And I'm like, well, hell, both of them done moved up in weight. It ain't like Canelo some kind of big-ass 168-pounder and Golovkin real small. Both of those are small 168-pounders. So in this case, Rosario and his opponent, I can't remember his name right now, both of them were small 160-pounders. So the weight was not much of an issue, and I fucked up on that.
Is Rosario the dude that Charlo put down with the jab to the stomach?
Yeah, his body breaking down.
Yeah, y'all saw my text on the group in the Discord. I said that he need to call it a career, man.
That's what he said after the fight. He said it's time to hang him up. He gonna get out the way.
Yeah, the way he stumbled across that ring was hilarious, though.
What, he hit him with an uppercut?
Yeah.
Yeah, man, I dropped the ball on that one, you know what I'm saying? So the question I want to ask, though, after the performance this past Saturday, have y'all opinion of David Morrell versus David Benavidez changed at all?
I think he's ready for him. I think and based upon what I've been hearing from Ronnie Shields said if he had a really good performance, he would consider, him taking on, guys like Benavidez next.
Who do you favor?
Both of them boys could crack, but I don't like him. I don't like David shelling up in the high guard in the middle of the ring, but I do like what I saw.
Both of them named David, brother. Who you talking about?
Morrell. But I did see some things that I liked in this fight. I seen him using more lateral movement. I seen him countering. I seen him using head movement against slipping punches. I like the work inside he was doing. I seen some promising things from him that leads me to believe that he's not going to go in there just guns blazing, trying to just blast, go toe to toe with Benavidez. I do like Benavidez's hand speed. He is going to come forward, but I think Morrell has enough tools where he can actually utilize his lateral movement and be able to hit David at angles. And he's got power on his shots. He could possibly put some hurt on him. So even though David has a little bit more experience, Benavidez has a little bit more experience in the pro ranks, and he's been a champion. I think that's a pick 'em fight.
Man, pick a side in the pick.
I got David. How about that?
No, give me the last name.
I'm gonna go with Morrell. I'm gonna go with Morrell with the upside.
Okay. What about you, MZ? I thought I heard you about to talk.
I was just thinking that David Benavidez got to get by Taylor Plant first. But if
true.
You know what I'm saying? So let's not put the horse before because I got my money on Sweet Hands Plant.
OG.
Here I go.
Chill out, OG.
What? What I do?
Caleb Plant got
The same problems in this fight that he had against Canelo. Caleb Plant fades late in fights. We didn't get a chance to see that against Andre Durrell. But Caleb Plant fades late in fights, bro. If he fade against David Benavidez, it's gonna be problems. His ass gonna be looking like the Elephant Man when he get done with his ass.
He gonna eat some spinach this time.
What about you, Marlo? What's your opinion on David Morrell versus David Benavidez after this past performance?
I still don't think he's ready. They will fight right now. I'll pick Benavidez. It's just a selection of points. I'm thinking punches that he was throwing against this guy, and this guy was basically was there to be hit. He was still throwing some type of punches with his hand, down, looking at the canvas. Those shots could easily been slipped and countered. I just don't think he's ready. I mean, I thought it was a good performance. I thought he put on a hell of an outing, but I just don't think that he's ready for Benavidez.
What about you, DeCane?
I haven't seen a lot of David Morrell fight, but from what I did see of this last performance, I would have to go with Benavidez. I never been too impressed with what I have seen from Morrell. I see him knocking some guys out, but I mean, it don't look like these guys bringing too much to the table. And my man Benavidez been around for a long time. He young and he ain't doing nothing but getting better. So yeah, I think I would just have to go with Benavidez just based on what I've seen so far.
I think I like Morrell in the fight. I called him the Cuban Spider-Man. He like fucking Jimmy Bivens. I ain't seen nobody with longer arms than him. Like proportionally. Like he got like a 78.5-inch reach. Benavidez, he got a 73-inch reach. So this dude Morrell just got some incredibly long arms. And he a 5 on the pedigree scale. He won gold at the Youth AIBA World Championships, and it was based on all talent and physicality. It wasn't no skills. Like he wasn't in there setting up shit. He was just in there out fighting motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? But in my opinion, this is probably the best fight that could be made in boxing. Like if you want an all action, rock'em sock'em robot type fight. And if you look at the two guys, like they fight very similarly. Like they come and throw a bunch of punches, combinations, and they get very similar results. Like you won't see too many worse ass whoopings than what Morrell and Benavidez can put on you. You know what I'm saying? But for David Benavidez, I think it's gonna be a little different for him because he ain't like for 168, he's a monster. Like as far as his size and shit go, like we could all easily see him fighting at 175. But in David Morrell, he got somebody that's very similar, somebody that's a monster for the weight class as far as size and the length of his arms and all that kind of shit. He can match him with aggression and all of that. You know what I'm saying? But overall, just looking at the guys in totality, like from the beginning to where they are now, I think I like Morrell. You know, so I'm gonna lean towards Morrell. I won't be surprised if it's like a 11th round stoppage or something after a war for the ages. But I won't be surprised if David Benavidez goes out there and win the fight because he's a very good, tough fighter. You know what I'm saying? But if I had to bet my money, somebody put a gun to my head, I'm gonna put it on Morrell.
It's gonna take a gun to the head.
I'm just saying, if somebody just made me make a pick, you know what I'm saying, I'm gonna take Morrell.
Hey, and Morrell been wanting to fight this dude since he came. You know.
Yeah, that's what the lips say. His trainer and shit don't seem to agree until maybe recently. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Benavidez is a monster. Like, can y'all think of a better fight that can be made in boxing?
At this moment right now,
shit. That's like Michelle Rivera versus Frank Martin. Yeah, that's one of them.
Yeah, but that's more of a skill type of fight, in my opinion. This fight right here, that really ain't about skills. It's just about action.
About who can take the best ass whooping.
Who can who can give it and who can take it. You know what I'm saying? Michelle Rivera, I consider him pretty skilled. And Frank Martin, I consider him skilled too. But when we think about skilled fighters, how long do we go before we get to David Benavidez and David Morrell? I don't never hear nobody talking about them as far as being great technicians in the ring. We just know him just for fighting. But hey, I know I jumped on here with some fresh legs and shit. I'm over here talking like a motherfucker. Y'all done been on for 2 hours already. Marlo, what you feeling like over there?
Oh shit, I'm tired. I'm ready to lay down.
Well, shit, go ahead and shut it down then.
Yeah, bro, don't let us keep you up.
I'll let y'all go and do your thing.
Go ahead and go first, Pecos.
Well, first of all, let me say thank you for having me on the corner tonight. Let me chop it up with you guys. Y'all know how we do tomorrow. We're going to be on MZ Talks Boxing. We're going to do the same thing. Touch on a little Kyrie situation because I can't understand that. But it was some exciting boxing. I love chopping it up with y'all. Got some new music coming out with the Kane on it. So y'all just look for that.
All right. Speaking of the Kane, what you got for the people?
Hey man, just appreciate y'all letting me come through, spit my little opinion on this boxing talk, and everybody have a good night. Catch us on MZ tomorrow.
When you gonna get your shit jumping on your own channel?
Shit, I don't know, brother. When this work situation slow down.
Well, shit, y'all be on the lookout. What about you, Judge O'Brien?
Hey man, always a beautiful time when we on the corner, man, kicking it, talking about boxing, man. You know, keeping it rolling into the next week of fights, man. Just appreciate being on, man. Everybody in the chat, peace out.
Yeah, I can't even see the chat, man. Salute to everybody in the chat. I really wanted to call that Dave Morrell fight, man, so I apologize, but I had to go out there and try to go make me a couple of dollars, you know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna be back. If I'm not back this weekend, I'm gonna be back on like Monday or some shit like that, you know what I'm saying? But I definitely want to call some fights, man. So whatever good fights is coming up, we're gonna be on that shit. I feel re-energized, to be honest, man. Like a change of scenery. That shit been good for a motherfucker. We stopped off in Louisiana at first. We was at the Horseshoe, was off in there kicking ass and taking names, and then we had to drive 8 straight hours to Alabama. You know what I'm saying? So I just been kind of resting up from all that being on the highway. You know what I'm saying? But the next fights we're gonna be on that shit. And I'm gonna call a frog out of well in this motherfucker too because I feel motivated, you know what I'm saying? But I appreciate everybody coming through. Salute to everybody. Appreciate Marlo holding down the live stream and shit. Appreciate y'all getting on the panel and helping my brother. You know what I'm saying? And salute to everybody, man. Much love to you. I ain't gonna talk y'all to death. You already know.
Salute, man. Appreciate y'all for rocking with you, man. Mark Blake, salute. Hey man, y'all already know it's always fun chopping it up. Sharing these thoughts, man, and opinions about the sport we rock with. Shit, y'all enjoy the rest of y'all night. Till next time, don't forget to tell them haters control. The fuck out my gym.
You heard him.
Peace.